All right, once again, it's Ray, the flavor queen from Essie's Delights, and today we are going to bake gingerbread cupcakes. The holiday season is upon us, so gingerbread is one of those flavors, but gingerbread don't only have to be for Christmas, so you'll be able to do this at any time if you're a gingerbread lover. So let's get ready and I'll show you the ingredients that I use to make my gingerbread cupcakes. You only need 2 eggs, half a cup of oil. I'm using Western oil. You don't have to use that, but I just have Western oil. Over here, in here, we have 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder mixed with a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Here I have a mixture of sugar, 1/4 cup of white sugar with a 1/4 cup of light brown and a 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar. Here is my buttermilk, and I only use buttermilk. The reason why it's brown is because to get that gingerbread flavor, 2 days ahead of time, I let my buttermilk marinate, as like you marinate your meat. I marinate my buttermilk with a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of molasses and vanilla. So I always put my buttermilk and let it soak in any flavors or emulsions that I'm using. Here we have 1 3/4 cups of cake flour, and what you see on top, I have a 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger and a teaspoon of allspice. So those are our ingredients: eggs, oils, baking soda, baking powder, salt, sugar, brown, light and dark, white, flour, ground ginger, allspice, buttermilk, soaked in molasses and vanilla. Okay, it's time to get started. Oh, and while we are mixing up, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. Let me give you a quick buttermilk tip. If you don't have buttermilk in your house, you can use regular milk and just add a capful to 2 capfuls of white distilled vinegar, or if you have lemon juice, add some lemon juice in there, let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes and it will start to sour. So that's just an extra tip if you don't want to get buttermilk, because buttermilk can be quite pricey, but that's an alternative. Regular milk with vinegar or lemon juice. So I took my flour that had the ginger and allspice, and I just dumped it into my mixing bowl. I'm just mixing it up just a little bit. Then I'm going to put in the baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Mix it just 1 or 2 times. Then I'm going to add in our sugar, our light, dark, and white sugar. And I'm just mixing that in the bowl. Just a little bit. This shouldn't take you no more than 5 to 10 minutes to mix this up. All your ingredients. I'm just gonna pour the liquids, my liquid ingredients that I just mixed together with the hand mix. I'm just gonna pour it in here. Just pour it in. And we are going to, I'm using my paddle attachment, and we're just gonna mix this for 2 to 3 minutes. In between mixing, you do want to stop it and scrape the bottom, scrape down, make sure everything is being mixed in, because these attachments don't go all the way to the bottom of your quart bowl here. So make sure you stop it and blend in everything from the bottom, and just mix for a few more seconds. And here we go. Our mixture should be finished, combined. I'm gonna move this from my bowl so I can show you. See how it's all mixed in? And I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to go from the bottom again, just to make sure everything is mixed before we scoop it into our muffin tin. So, see? All ready. For anyone out there that bake with paper liners, I have a quick tip for you. If in your pan you put rice on the bottom of the muffin pan, it will help to soak up any grease as your cupcakes bake. And I also double my liners if I'm using paper liners, so that way when I get ready to use these, I'm actually going to just peel off the first one that may have any grease residue, so my actual cupcake that I'm presenting is clean and crisp. So that's just another tip. If you're going to use paper liners, then put some rice in the bottom of your cupcake pan to suck up any grease, and double your cupcake liners when you bake. We are now ready to scoop our batter up into our cupcake liners, and I did just give a quick tip, a quick tip on liners. So if you're not using the aluminum liners and you're using paper liners, then you should line your muffin pan with rice, any kind of rice. Get the cheapest brand you can find, rice, and then double your liner before you bake them. But I'm using the aluminum, the foil line, so I don't have to do it with these, okay? And I also scoop up my batter with a ice cream scooper so the cupcakes can be all the same size. So just a regular ice cream scooper, and I'm a lefty, so you might see me moving this around back and forth. And you just scoop it up and drop. Scoop and drop. And drop. All right, we all scooped up. This recipe that I gave you, it actually yields only a dozen cupcakes, but feel free to double it. So now we're gonna pop this in the stove on 350 for 15 to 20 minutes. And we are back. Our cupcakes are baked, and look how pretty they domed. All domed nice and even. I am going to take these out and put them on my cooling rack. So let me move this down. They are hot too, so I have a butter knife that I'm going to take these out with because I don't want to burn my hands. Okay, look at here. Look how even and nice and pretty that is. I think Santa might get gingerbread cupcakes this year instead of a cookie, but we'll see. So let's just put them on our cooling rack. And you see the colors, nice Christmas colors, red, green, and I'm even sprinkling in a little bit of gold. My gold liners here. So we got red, green. We're gonna take them out and put them on our tray to cool. That didn't take no time. Actually, I let them bake 18 minutes. So, but everybody's stove is different, so you know your stove and how it cooks. So that's why I gave you a range between 15 to 20 minutes. But here we are, a fresh baked dozen Ray gingerbread cupcakes. This over here. Look at those. Can you smell it through the screen? Oh my God. Amazing. So now that our gingerbread cupcakes are done, you don't want to miss out on the video that I'm going to show you how to make the gingerbread cream cheese frosting that these are going to be topped with. So make sure you check that out. But stay tuned because I got a quick tip for you too, for all those who don't want to bake from scratch. All right, we getting ready to finish off these wonderful gingerbread cupcakes with some gingerbread cream cheese frosting. So please make sure you check out that video on how I made the frosting. And we're gonna pipe these cupcakes. I have a piping bag for anyone out there who is a baker, just a piping bag with a 1M tip. And we're just gonna do a quick swirl on it. So I'm just gonna do a quick little swirl. Quick swirl. Quick swirl. And we are going to top it with a little bit of actual gingerbread cookies. Yum, 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 yum. So, gingerbread cupcakes for your holiday dessert. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to check out the gingerbread cream cheese frosting tutorial. Enjoy, and I'll be back with another video real soon. This is Ray. This is the Lights. For all y'all gingerbread lovers, you will enjoy this gingerbread cupcake, gingerbread cream cheese frosting, topped with gingerbread cookies. Enjoy and happy holidays. This is Ray, the flavor queen from Essence Delights.